Hey YouTube, JGreen302. I think I'm going to call this one The Beauty of Solid Fuel. The practicality of solid fuel. I don't know. Let me think about it. So what am I talking about? Wax. Wax is a wonderful solid fuel. It gives you light. And it allows you to cook, allows you to boil water. Very, very important things. If things really get bad, fuel is going to be a problem because you're not going to be able to refill propane tanks. You are not going to be able to run chainsaws. You are not going to be able to get kerosene, gasoline, diesel fuel, heating oil, natural gas. Everything just is done. You're now reduced back to 400 years ago. And wax. The portability is beautiful. So, where are my points here? Well, here it goes. This is a Sterno 100-hour candle. It's a Sterno. 100-hour candle. So that's about 2.5 weeks of light. Costs about $5. If you're like me, you've picked up some of these, which I think was around $12 for 30. The idea being, it'd be good to have a bunch of little candles around, to light the house, to get around, to be able to function. You want to be able to function within the house even though the sun has gone down, to get more out of your time. So, what am I going to sit here and tell you about candles? Well, it's not about candles. It's about wax. Specifically, take note. Look at that. Look how thick, look how big. That's 10.4 pounds. Listen. That's because there's two of them. $13 for that big chunk of wax. So for $26, I have 25 pounds basically. Or 5 of these. So right off the bat, you're starting to see the math. For $25, I've got something that I can just stuff in a small little gap and store fuel. And I found that to be extremely, extremely valuable. For $13 for that, thought that was a good prepping tip. Now, I've shown you this before. It's 100 feet of wicking. I'm probably going to get another one, but there it says 100 feet, about $3. I can make more candles than I got wax for. I can also use these to make soda can alcohol stoves. So what I did is I splurged and spent $3 on these, which are the bottoms that hold the candle thing. I can make more candles than I've got wax for, so $6 right there. Well, for shits and giggles, I added a candle mold. I can't even speak. My guess is I can make a 100-hour candle. So I picked up a mold. Now with me, I also went and got sugar cooking. I don't care about the color, but I thought the smell might be nice, although this could be a very cruel joke. But I got it because I want to go through the process and learn. Candle wax. This is tuna fish can. This is cardboard from some of the Amazon orders. You fill this with wax and let it dry, and all of a sudden, it's like a free cheap Sterno can. There's a candle mold. It's just a used can that I cleaned out. So I can pack and use that. I can also make a larger version of these. This I can cook off of. This you can keep topping off with candle wax as it goes down, and you can almost make this thing run indefinitely. I've even seen that people have said you can use wood chips and pine cones and cotton balls. It doesn't matter. It's just a material to go with the wax. So with wax and anything flammable, you have light, you have cooking. Notice that I'm showing you supplies that are free, cheap, and easy. So that's my basic tip, and I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to point out to you something else. You throw these away. You throw these away. If you just do this and fill the tube and pour hot wax, all of a sudden you've got a big, huge wax tube with flammable material, and then it goes solid. So now you just start making $50 or silver dollar cuts. Now all of a sudden you've got what? 50 quick and easy cheap fire starters from material that you would have thrown away. Stuff that you can just throw in your bag. You can have them stashed in little pockets. Always have a means by which to have some flammable material for fire starting. You can't beat it. It's all throwaway material. So I thought I would just make this video and point out to everybody the value of having some cheap, solid blocks of candle wax. And if you just collect your dryer lint and collect your paper towel tubes and you spend $6, we're talking about a $40 prep that basically can give you cooking, lights, the ability to boil water so that you don't get sick. And I've got enough for 6 months for $40, plus all the other benefits of having fire starters and everything else. You're going to be hard pressed to get more bang out of a $40 buck than that one. And as you saw, I've bought mine. I'm going to learn how to make some candles. I might show you the results afterwards, but let's face it, if you can't figure out how to melt candles or candle wax and pour it into a mold, you're never going to survive. You shouldn't even be listening to this video. So I anticipate no real problems there. I did hear that when making these candles, there's a few little tricks involved. I did my homework, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. But I'll only use one block. That second block, I'll keep. Because if I have to haul ass, I think that block's going to go with me. Because if you've watched any bushcraft video, running around and collecting pine sap or maple sap, I guess maple syrup, or killing the animal and scraping the fat off and sitting there and cooking up a candle out of tallow. Or I was smart enough to spend $13 and have a 10-pound block of wax to throw in the truck when I hauled ass. You do the math. I'm not going through all that effort when I can just throw the shit right in the back of the truck. How's that for a $13 tip? Hope you all enjoyed. This was solid fuel. It's the best way to go. Thanks for listening.